Song.
Hey, you're listening to Big Chief Daddy and Joey Two Wallets, the Coastal Bros. Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to the Coastal Bros. Let me bring in the guys right now, Mr. Joey Two Wallets and Big Boy. What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Almost Christmas time. You guys get done with your shopping yet?
Nope.
Hey,
No.
yes. Done deal, baby.
I'm just about done. I think I got a couple more things, but other than that, I am good to go. So, other than that, interesting week of football. So we that's well, I might as well just do this now. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions getting that big win, their first win against the Minnesota Vikings. Last minute, last play of the game. Two Wallets calls me and says, Jared Goff, sack, fumble with 4 minutes to go in the game inside their own 30. What about Jared Goff? I said, that's not his fault. It was the coach's fault. Now, he played the play, and I guess, I'll let Two Wallets chime in on this in a minute. But your defense was playing a heck of a game. You were rolling. You got put in some tough positions, but you were able to succeed and pull out. Boom. All of a sudden. Bam. So, let's see here. We got so then it came in, but with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the game. 14 plays, 75 yards, and a game-winning touchdown by my man Jared Goff.
Connected. Oh wait, it's official. He just said my man. That means that's
right.
His guy. Okay.
My man Jared Goff, my boy Jared Goff. Get that game-winning drive. Knock him off. By the way, why am I hearing that? It's echo. You guys got an echo back there? You got something on?
No, I can hear your echo though.
Disconnected. Searching.
All right, I'll put you on mute for a minute.
Try now.
All right, you good now?
That sounded clear.
All right. So,
sorry, I'm reading Rashawn's comments.
All right,
she's
here we
go. She's a little
go.
emotional. I can understand what she's feeling.
Wheels, no wheels. Libby with the wheels and no wheels. What's going on? He's happy right now. We'll talk about his Patriots in a minute.
Oh, that's a Patriot fan. I would like to say congratulations to you and this guy who said that they were going to win the AFC East.
We'll get there.
I'm just this guy.
Rashawn, I was on the edge of my seat watching my Steelers. So, get back real quick. Jared Goff was a 25 for 41, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Jamal Williams, 17 carries, 71 yards. Kirk Cousins did everything he could do. They just did their defense looking for a stop. They didn't get a stop.
Mm-mm.
So Jared, they won. They knocked out. I'm happy for the Lions. Two Wallets, you want to talk about this? Two Wallets real quick. See what's going on. You want to talk about the Lions? I mean, any rebuttal? I mean, I told you when I called you, I said yes, Jared Goff. That's the way to do it.
You know as well as I do, before that drive, your heart dropped. Okay? Now, I'm going to steal this from you and Stephen A. Smith because both of you guys have said it on multiple occasions. A dead clock is right twice a day. This is one of them times.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
But it was just hilarious because when you called me and you were like, he needs to call, change play action, this, that, and then boom. He's from Northern California, so it's like he generated inner Joe Montana. Not quite.
That's not
there's
fair.
John Candy. There's John Candy in the end zone. But that was a great drive because I didn't see that coming. That was a great. However, I'm not quite sure if I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable with with Campbell calling the plays. He called the plays this game. They won. We'll see how he does next week against the or this week against the Broncos.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't even look at the schedule yet, but I'm glad you said that matchup because they're floundering over there in Denver.
Right.
They might be pushing for position for the draft.
So what does put for the Vikings though? Where does the Vikings go from here? I mean,
they're the
to be that team.
Boy of mediocrity.
I love Mike Zimmer. He's not the problem, but they need a whole revamp. Coach, quarterback, they need to switch out and go anew.
Big boy, what you think? Where the Vikings go from here?
Like I said, they're the poster boy of mediocrity. They do need a new quarterback. They might need some new coaching and some new play calling in there. They definitely need to do something about that defense. You can't get a stop on the Lions. That's all they needed to win the game was to stop. They need to go back and watch Remember the Titans and stop people from moving an inch. Simple as that.
Well, same thing. I mean, I could have said that same thing about the Lions when they played the Bears. Get that defense, just get one stop, they would have won that game against the.
It's just like I'm looking at these stats and they pretty much play almost the same type of game. They have 50 yards more passing, I think, than the Lions.
Yep.
It was just about even up. It could have been anybody's game at any given moment. But I do like the Lions' discipline and only getting 3 penalties. That was only worth 11 yards. That is crucial. But at the same time, they went 2 of 11 on third down. You know, like I'm with you about the play caller. But if he happens to win another game calling the plays with the talent that he has right now, I'll let it slide. I'll let him go. I'll let him see what he can do in the future if they can add more talent to this team. Even though the Vikings ain't the most sound team, they're a decent enough team that when you get a win off of it, it could boost your shot. That's just how I feel about that one right there. And congratulations for getting that win.
Yes. So if we go from there to if I would have told you the Patriots somehow would have won with the quarterback going 2 for 3 for 19 yards. Like if I told you Mac Jones went 2 for 3 for 19 yards, you would have been like, did he get hurt? What happened to him? He must have got hurt, right? I'd have been like, no. He finished the game. And I'm like, what happened? Well, the Patriots ran the ball 46 times for 222 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Harris 10 carries for 111 yards. Stevenson 24 carries, 78 yards. Bolden 4 carries for 28 yards, and a couple one-oneers here and there. But I'm more like, when's the last time a quarterback from the New England Patriots or any quarterback in general
Has thrown less
have
than 10 passes.
have less than 5 passes and won the game, and he didn't even get hurt? He
I
played a
think
whole game.
I forget his name, but I think it was like 1971, 1970. It was a game. It was another bad weather game, but I cannot remember the dude's name for the life of me. But I think it's one of those 2 years. You got
So
it for me?
I'm not quite. I don't know when that was. I know. I'm just looking at the stats though. The Bills. You know, you may be right. I still like them in this division. I think I still like the Bills in this division. I feel like they're gonna
Here we
get
go.
they might get their act together. Okay, because I know Allen was 145, 1 touchdown, 39 yards carrying, Singletary 36. So they got to find some running game. They got to find a running back. Diggs for 51 yards, no touchdowns. I know you don't like the Bills, two wallets. I know you like the Patriots, but I just don't know because if I'm looking at Bill Belichick and I'm thinking, do you not have faith in your quarterback? Now I know it was a windy game. I know the ball was really windy there, so I get all that. But he was playing well. Usually you run to open the pass, but they just be like, okay, so I'm more like, okay, this is not really on the offense for the Bills as much as it is for the defense. Where is this defense? If you're figuring it out, I would have let a rookie quarterback go ahead and try to beat you. We're gonna
All
go with
right.
Big Boy. Big Boy, what you thinking?
Oh,
What you
big boy.
thinking,
Yeah,
Big Boy?
please.
I think Belichick just had the sound game plan. You saw the runs was working. Why mess with it? They was pitting what, like 8 men in the box, and they still couldn't stop the run. Why mess with it? They could have probably put everybody in the box, and they probably still couldn't stop the run. I don't know what it was, but I was looking at the line and those linebackers, and they just could not get to the ball carrier. I don't know if they had got lost in the middle of the play, the GPS, or just flat out didn't want to tackle the ball carrier. But it seemed like every time they wanted to run the ball, nobody was around to stop the ball. And that's what you need to do. We're the big boys up front. We're the run stuffers, my 300-pounders. They need to get in there, stop them at the line of scrimmage. I just think it's embarrassing that they could just do the same thing over and over again and have blatant success and you not being able to stop them. At some point, as a professional, your pride is on the line on that. Every play they came and they punched you in the mouth and you did nothing. As for what the Bills did offensively, that's a lot of passing attempts and a lot of wind. 50%, I don't know. You ain't too many games you're gonna win over 50%. At least Matt Jones was 66%. I give him that. That's a percentage you can't argue with. But they got to get that run game going. Josh Allen is your best wrestler, 39 yards, 6 attempts, and your next one has 10 attempts for 36 yards. I don't know, man. You got get the rushing game going, get the defense back. Maybe we could talk about the Bills winning a playoff game because right now they're not winning a playoff game in the condition as they're in right now. Patriots, as long as they playing what Bill Belichick is telling them to play, because you know he has that no nonsense, we're going to win how we going to win type of thing, they are good. They are good to go. Bill Belichick ain't having it. He mad from last year still.
Two wallets. Go ahead.
All right. Big boy, I'm so glad that you touched on game plan, but you didn't go all the way. So I'm going to tell you guys how the conversation went. Bill Belichick said, I don't know if he sent a text message or used a cell phone, but knowing Bill Belichick, he probably got a flip phone. So he opened his flip phone. He called. He said, you know what? Did you see what the weather is going to be like? And Josh McDaniels who Big Chief doesn't like. He said, "Yeah, I don't know what to do." But then he said, "You know what, Bill? The Bills are not really that good at stopping a run. How about let's do what the Tennessee Titans did? Let's run 7 different types of runs that the Buffalo Bills defense has never seen before." That's how Tennessee beat him. Tennessee had 21 different lineups, setups, hit different gaps, hit it different ways. So that way the Buffalo Bills would not know how to stop the run game. Tennessee gouged them in the second half of that game. New England gouged them in the first and second. This was pure and simple strategy. I think my theme for this whole year has been coaching matters. I think Big Chief has a very good point, but I think you're looking at it backwards. How many passes? Can you remind me how many passes did Matt Jones throw? I'm
3.
sorry. His name is MJ10 now.
3.
MJ10. 3?
2 for 3, 19 yards.
One of your Final Four teams lost a football game where the quarterback only attempted 3 passes. Are we not looking at it that way?
Well,
When you run so many different formations at running the ball that a team has never seen before and that NFL teams don't do except for Tennessee and Baltimore, how are you going to, like, what are you going to do with that? And Big Boy, I'm glad that you touched up on the 300-pounders. Everybody can't be 300-pound plus no more because they ain't trying to get fined. They got a weight limit to stay in that contract. So I agree with you, but there ain't no more Vince Wilforks in the NFL. 340 can run, a 5.5. There ain't no more of them dudes.
all right. So, but did Bill Belichick lose faith in Jones, or is just
Not even close.
or are we looking at him possibly going like 20 passes next game?
Not even close. Like,
Good.
this was all about strategy. And it's not that I don't like Buffalo because I'm one of those people who followed Allen from Wyoming to Buffalo. I feel like the guards are not as great as they're rated. And then let's look at the non-running game they have, and they can't stop the run. In the playoffs, they're one and done. I think I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. I don't believe in Buffalo. If you can't run the ball, you can't stop the run, you can't win a title. You can't even get to the title game. You said it was going to be Kansas City, Buffalo, and then Kansas City get there. Right now, the way it's looking in the AFC, it's between 3 teams: Kansas City, New England, and Tennessee.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. If I had to put anything on it, I would believe. I'm gonna say Chiefs and Patriots. I think Chiefs and Patriots right now. By the way, Renee says, "You look like Big Boy. You need a sandwich."
I mean, he's buying and I'm making.
He's buying.
And nothing wrong with some free food.
he also says he needs to start watching some sports, and he can know what he's talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
Freddie Flintstone back at it again.
All right,
Okay.
here we go. We got how did the Patriots become a good team? How did the Patriots become a good team?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Okay. How did the New England Patriots become a good team? They do something that nobody else does. They stay together and they stay within the system. Bill Belichick says, "Hey, Josh McDaniels, I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to draft you this offensive lineman, and I'm going to get one defensive player. I need you to work with the defensive player on hands team, wide receiver team, and special teams to improve his base set. And you go from there. So you improve these defenders that nobody else was looking for, which New England keeps doing. And then when you draft 1 or 2 offensive linemen to get you a good offensive lineman, and then you get a balanced, intelligent, hardworking quarterback. I'm gonna call him Mac and Cheese Jones. I mean, that dude was built for that system. If anybody knows Nick Saban called Bill Belichick for a draft and said, "Yeah, this is your guy." He didn't even hesitate.
I've been saying this since 2002, 1. The Patriots have a system quarterback. Brady was a system quarterback in this system. Matt Castle was a quarterback system in this system. The only one that did not work was Cam Newton last year. Cam Newton last year was the one that did not work in this system. Okay, Cam didn't do it. But once they got Mac, I knew they were going to get. Once Mac Jones became the quarterback, I was like, watch out. Now, did I think it was going to be this year? No, I was hoping maybe next year. Steven also says, it's amazing because they're proving to do it without Brady. Well, yes, Brady proved it to do without Belichick last year, won a Super Bowl. So they're both doing it separately. As long as Josh McDaniels stays, and you're wrong, I like Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator. I don't believe in him in a head coach.
I believe in him as a head coach.
I don't believe in him.
When Bill retires, you'll see. Okay,
we'll see. Because we'll see. I don't think so. I don't like any coordinator. Any coordinator that's come out of his system has not done that well.
Highest paid coordinator in the NFL is
coordinator. I'm saying head coach. Head coach to have them, if they become coordinators. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in if it's because you're a great coordinator doesn't mean you can be a good head coach.
I agree with you on this one. If Josh McDaniels stays where he is, everybody knows his mentality and what he does. He's not going to change a thing. He's going to do exactly what Bill did because that's what he taught and learned. He went out and tried to do what Bill does for another team, and the other team didn't like it.
Well, he's the only one to get Tim Tebow all the way to where he's at, right?
Oh, yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, anybody can look up the stats. He's the only one who had Tim Tebow throwing 300-yard passing games. Any other coach do that with Tim Tebow? No.
They didn't use Tim Tebow the way it was. But, all right. All right. So, let's get to a couple other things real quick. Because I was... All right, go ahead. You got
Dan Quinn? No, I'm reading with the comments like Dan Quinn.
Yeah, okay. So I was listening to your on your show on Friday nights, right? Your Friday show, and I was listening to it, and I saw a comment. I heard a comment you made, and I was like, okay. So I put a bunch of stats. So before we get to that,
okay, you're gonna like this, big boy.
Is it time for the Falcons to move on? Is it time to rebuild, throw away Ryan? Can we send him somewhere else? Go wherever he wants. Go ahead. I see you waving. Go ahead.
No, I'm waving by at Matt Ryan. That's what I'm
all right.
Bye, Matt. It's time for you live next to Shannon Sharp in Hotlanta. Go home.
So
maybe you can get on Undisputed.
Does he go to wherever? Does he retire? Does he go to like the Jets? Does he go to the Giants? Does he go
disrespectful?
No and no.
Does he go to? I mean,
Denver? No.
Denver? Does he go to Oakland?
He goes to Canada.
No. Or does he go to Vegas? He goes.
No.
Does he go to the USFL?
Canada before the USFL.
Canada.
Okay. The USFL has already designated that they want to be a team that builds talent for the NFL. They want to partner with the NFL. They need funding.
Okay.
Matt Ryan ain't going there.
All right. I'm just curious on as far as Matt Ryan goes. I'm with you guys. He needs to.
Carolina, no. Atlanta, no. New Orleans, no. No. Winston is better than Matt Ryan.
Renee's hilarious. He's going to
How
Disney
many-
World. Matt Ryan's
Thank
going
you,
to Disney.
Renee. Thank
Matt
you, Renee.
Ryan's gonna go work for Disney World. Okay, that's fine with me.
He can be head security and to get 28 guys hired and then end up with 3 at the end of the day.
He'll quit by the end of the week. But that's another
28
thing.
to 3. Do I need to bring that up again?
Oh, I caught that reference.
Woo!
I heard
Thank you, big boy.
All right. So let's get into this column. You asked, can Pete Carroll be traded
Yep.
to another team for
Matt Nagy.
So a coach
Yes.
traded for a coach. Now, I did some research, and it's never happened a coach for a coach.
But
I'm going to give you some research, and there's some great, crazy things. Starting off with one. If I go
Bill
back
Parcells.
to... Okay, but Harry, I wrote all this down. Ready?
I'm sorry. I'm a fan of Bill Parcells. He's my favorite. What can I say?
Bill Parcells gets traded to the Jets. For a 3rd and 4th round pick plus $300,000.
1,000, yeah.
Okay,
For charity.
For it was donations, right? Then you go to Super Bowl winning coach Mike Holmgren in 1999, gets traded for a 2nd round pick to the Seahawks from the Packers. Then you get really interesting here. Because if the Patriots weren't favored now, they sure were 21 years ago. They get Bill Belichick gets traded from the Jets to the Patriots.
To New England. Yeah.
For a 1st round pick in 2000 and a 4th and 7th round pick in 2001. But the Patriots also received a 5th round pick in 2001 from the Jets and a 7th round in 2002. Do the Jets make this trade now?
They kicking themselves.
In
the face.
I don't know if he's this good. Still, maybe he is. Maybe you got to give Robert Kraft a little bit of credit. But then
I won't give him credit for his off the field activities, but as far as business and getting that done,
all right, yeah, okay,
I'll give him credit for that.
And then in
2000,
right, and in 2002, John Gruden gets traded
to Tampa.
for Tampa for 2 first rounds and $8 million. In 2006,
and the Raiders don't regret that.
In 2006, I regret this trade. The Chiefs trade their 4th round pick to the Jets for Herm Edwards.
There you go. Yep.
No. Even though the greatest call of all time, you played to win the game, came from this coach, they're in. You know what I'm saying? Still, though, I still believe that him being a Chief coach dropped the franchise down a little bit. But here's another one. I just saw this, though. In 2014, do you know a coach that almost got traded?
Who?
I think it was Jack Del Rio, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
he was rumored to be traded.
Nope. You wouldn't be. This was 2014. The Browns tried to trade for Jim Harbaugh for multiple.
Oh, I do remember that.
And Jim Harbaugh vetoed it. He vetoed it.
That sounds like a smart man. Who wants to go to Cleveland?
Well,
except for LeBron.
He left. He would have left He would have left the 49ers, which I think, like a few years later, he went to Super Bowl, and lost. But there hasn't been a coach traded. There hasn't been a coach traded in 2006. I don't think you can trade him anymore for draft picks. I was looking up to see when that effect happened. I regret trading my snack packs for those off-brand Cheetos in 2001. That's hilarious. Yeah, you don't want to do that anymore. But
I just hope it wasn't for like the same type of Cheetos.
I don't know. Maybe it's Flaming Hot.
Oh, that's even worse. If you're gonna do Flaming Hot or Crunchy Cheetos, Stay right there in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in
Just
your lane.
don't do the
Cheetos.
puffs.
Just stay right
Just
there.
don't do the puff.
Yeah, don't do the puffs. I tried those generic cheese puffs. Oh, that's horrible.
So
Ugh.
you like this trade, Big Boy? Can you picture Pete Carroll going to Chicago?
Chicago.
Actually, yeah. And I
Thank
think he
you.
would just do what he just did in Seattle with his first few years there and just cycle out everybody who doesn't fit and cycle in everybody that he does want. And I think it'll take a few years, not too many. He can turn into some winners. Even with Green Bay in there.
Now, can I add one more thing to that?
Winners,
Big Boy, I'm glad you said it.
500 record though, real quick.
No, I just want to say I agree with you. But not only will he cycle out, this will be the first time he's taken an NFL franchise that already has a good quarterback. If he finds the right offensive coordinator, somebody please bring North Turner out of retirement and work with this kid. He needs the right coach right now. And Matt Nagy with Russ, that's the defense is going to be terrible, but that offense is going to be exciting.
I like Matt Nagy because I think Matt Nagy with Russ would be Matt Nagy. That's what he did with Patrick Mahomes. So I mean, with that type of quarterback, what Russell? The problem is if Russell Wilson probably not going to be there that much longer. You can't get that guy in offensive line. He's out. He's going to be gone soon. So why would?
But he also said he wanted more power. Right. He'll get that with Matt Nagy because him and Matt Nagy will get together on the playbook because of Russell's high intelligence.
Yeah. I just don't know if he's willing to stay there anymore. I mean, if you see a quarterback. I mean, now he's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. So it's not like he's hasn't won one. But I feel like sometimes his talent might get wasted there. To where by the time he does get traded, he might be an old version of himself.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think we've had this conversation. I think we had it 2 or 3 shows ago. My favorite quarterback in the NFL is Russell Wilson, and it will be until he retires. Love your guy in Kansas City, but sorry, no, for me it's Russ. Right. Big Boy, sorry, never liked Daniel Jones, but the reason why I say that is I would love to see that power couple in New York and not in green, in blue and gray. I want Russ. If he doesn't go to Tennessee for Ryan Tannehill and whatever else they want, I'll put those 4 guys together with Russ. Or if that don't happen, I would love to see him go to the Big Blue. Those are the only 2 teams I want to see Russ with.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was coming over in the offseason. Sierra's your wife. Big Apple. A lot of performances can be done over there. It only made sense.
Can he handle the pressure though? That crowd, that fans.
Yes.
Ain't nothing like a New York fan base. No matter from what sport. Pick a sport.
There's also nothing like having a wife like the one that he got.
Mm-hmm.
And being a Christian in the limelight and still having to claim it on TV.
No,
that's pressure.
I'm not knocking that kind of pressure. I'm just saying in general, as far as
can he deal with the New York media, dealing with what he deals with now? Yes. Yes.
That's what I mean. I mean, I'm not home base, not his wife, not anything he does off the field. On
Big
the
Boy,
field.
green light that. He can handle the pressure. He can handle the pressure. Pressure taken.
All right.
Russ can handle it. And he can handle that offensive line and have them play better than they're playing because they're more talented than the way that they are. They need the right coach with Russ. I like Joe Judge, but Joe Judge would be better. I say he'd be better in Detroit than Campbell.
Mm-hmm. I never even thought of that.
So, couple games to recap for this past week. Your Titans were off, but your Arizona Cardinals looked pretty good. They look like they finally found their stride, and I think
Healthy.
they are healthy. And I think what 2 more wins, you guys should clinch the West with that. I think what week 15, 16, maybe 14.
Yeah, Tom Brady's going to give up another game somewhere here, and then Arizona will clinch.
So you guys should be good to go there. The Chiefs are still streaking. They beat a pretty bad Bronco team. But or the Dolphins down here, 5 in a row. Can they pass the Bills
No.
now? Maybe can they pass the Bills and get to the
No.
playoffs? No?
That's a bit of a far cry.
Look, Tua, we all like Tua.
Mhm.
But let's be honest. Do we all like Tua in Miami, knowing Miami's history? Did they get Dan Marino a run game? No. Are they going to get to an offensive line? No. They're going to end up losing both corners because
Well,
neither one of them still reportedly don't want to be there.
They're off this week. So, I mean, they don't come back again till next week when they play the Jets. So, I think the bye week might come at a bad time for them, but maybe they're going to get that offensive line a little bit healthier than what they are. I still don't believe they're that low of offensive line. I still don't think they're ranked 31st in the league. I think.
Thank you. I was just about to say I got one question. Who is the worst offensive line in the NFL? It's not Miami.
The Giants.
Giants.
Oh,
man, sorry.
Look at my beard.
I mean, it's obvious when you can see who the worst offensive line is. It ain't Miami's.
But I'm looking at some of these games and it's like, okay, the Cowboys they found the right team to play as far as the Saints go, so they finally got their act together. But we talked about the Lions, Dolphins, of course. The Colts skunked the Texans. But the game I want to talk, 2 games I want to talk to real quick before we get to some other stuff we have on here. We have the Steelers-Raven game.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? Ask me, anybody, please, on this team. Somebody in comment land, Rashawn. Why do the Ravens go for 2 when you have one of the best kickers in the NFL? You guys are going to probably go to overtime. Could win it. And not saying that pass was that bad. I mean, it was off his tip. Off the tap of his hand. Tip. Steve, how dare you? I was trying to be nice to your Cowboys and how well of a good game you guys played. A Saints team that has no quarterback.
I feel like you were sitting on that.
But for you to say Jared Goff is not trash.
Basura!
Not trash. So
yeah, he was waiting for that. He was just waiting to pop that at somewhere.
Yeah, he was. The show. Somewhere. All right, Steelers. Get back to the Steelers game. Where did the Ravens go? Why did they go for 2?
I like the decision. I really do. The Steelers caught fire in that fourth quarter. Came up and scorched them with 17 points. It's a win-all moment. They had the talent to win it. They had it. They just didn't get the pass together. 2 inches to the left. Different story.
The throw itself, he didn't
was perfect.
It was perfect in a sense, but if he would have stepped up a little bit, he might have been a little bit better throw. But in my defense here, if it hits your hands, you got to catch it. Even though it was off his fingertips, I thought it was a great call.
It was a great
call. I do agree with Tomlin when he's like, they're all about analytics. They're all about analytics. So
she only cleaned half the walls. She's short.
Oh boy. So they're all about analytics. This show's gone off the rails. I don't like the call because you have one of the best kickers in the NFL. He just kicked a record-breaking kick a few weeks ago. He's pretty much 95% of the time he's gonna make it, and you guys can win. Against this team, this Steeler team that tied Jared Goff and the Lions.
It's
So,
just like I mean,
go ahead.
Is he frozen? Or
Go ahead.
No.
Go, big boy. I don't know. He's moving a little bit. Go ahead, big boy.
It's just like I said,
you're getting called out.
They could go to overtime, but then you betting on the fact that you're going to get the ball first. You betting that you can go, you get to go to the points that you need to win the game. Because I really do feel like the Steelers have all momentum if they want to win into overtime.
I think I'm not trusting Ben Roethlisberger to drive all the way down the field and score a touchdown to walk off. Now, can they kick a field goal? Boswell shanked a extra point to, I think we can kick a ball better than that. I'm not taking, you know the good old saying, I'm gonna go down with my best stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down with my ace pitcher, my best hitter at the plate.
Keep Kershaw in, dude.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I'm going with my best offensive weapon, and it's not Lamar Jackson. It's Justin Tucker.
Yes, it is.
It's Justin Tucker. I get the beef. I get that defense on the field first, even if because I don't trust. I'm just going with you. I'm playing advocate here. Steelers get the ball. They run they get the ball, but they're not going to score all the way down. I'm trusting Lamar to get into field goal range for Justin Tucker to kick the ball, win the game, go home. Good night. See you later. I'm not gonna do the whole thing.
I hear that thinking. I feel that thinking. I feel like it would be like that if it was a regular game, not this rivalry game. I think that's where everything gets raised. If it was a regular game, I'm with you, but on a game on this thick or this level of proportions, everybody's playing above their ceiling. They could have surprised you with anything on any given play in overtime. I like the decision. I would do it 10 times out of 10.
The decision of the fact that where they stand in the rankings play a factor?
Because, no.
Because
I think the Patriots game had a outcome on where they was at in rankings.
Well, the Patriot game was that Monday. I mean, if the Patriots lose, they're 8-5, and they're not 9-4. But the fact that they could probably pick up a game on Tennessee because Tennessee was off, and you got a hot AFC West team and the Chiefs finding the groove, even though they're not really finding the groove offensively. I'm just curious on if the way the rankings were, if they figured if that had any factor.
No, I think the factor and the reason why they went for it's Pittsburgh and Baltimore. They ain't going to overtime. And I'm going to quote you and Herm Edwards. If the ball hits your hand, you got to catch the ball. And you play to win the game.
But at home, you do. Okay, so what's the sign? What's the good old saying? Is it, because I'm confused. I mean, is it you play to win on the road and play a tie at home, or you tie for the road and you win at home?
You play to win the game.
Period.
If I'm in your backyard and we're playing air hockey, I'm playing to win the game.
Blindfold, paddle ball, whatever it's called.
Oh, what is it? Push ball?
Push ball, whatever.
Olympics push ball? I'm playing to win the game.
So, okay.
I'm a dive even though I don't know where I'm diving. I'm playing to win the game.
And the second game I want to talk to you real quick, not that much time. What happens to the 49ers now? Because they got a big game coming up now.
Game of the week.
I didn't even see who they playing.
They playing the Bengals. So
Bengals. This is a game we talked about last week. Yeah, we've been looking for this for a couple of weeks.
We had this game circled the last couple of weeks on here. So
Both of us.
Ooh, 425. I'm watching that game live.
Steven, I'm not quite sure if your boys can handle Tyler Heineke. I like Washington in this game. I'm not quite sure if Dallas can handle them. I think he's on a raise. But as far as the Niners go, this game is whoever wins this got to win this game. Either one of these teams got to win this game. I didn't like the way the Bengals were performing against the Chargers. They made it interesting. If Nixon doesn't fumble that ball, they probably win the game because the Chargers are about to blow a big lead. Another big lead. But now, see, I should have called this last week. Seattle playing in Seattle. Niners Seahawks is always a big game, big rivalry game. But I think the Niners will be okay. I'm not sure if I would pick them. I think if I have to look right now, the Niners are favored by only 1.5. So it's a close game.
I'm taking the Bengals on that one.
This is one of those games I see going to overtime, and both teams have a possession, and I have no idea who's going to win.
Coin flip.
Definition of a coin flip. I have no idea. We've seen Cincinnati look great, and we've seen San Francisco look great. I have no idea. But I will say this much. Let's segue from teams who are on the brink. At least both of those teams are somewhat in a great position. We got two teams, and whoever wins this game still got a shot, and whoever loses is done. Big boy, your Falcons. Big Chief Daddy, your Panthers minus the second best running back in the league. He's out for the season. Christian McCaffrey. The McCaffrey-less Falcons, the McCaffrey-less Panthers and the Falcons, who you guys got?
I got Falcons. The Panthers don't know how to act when McCaffrey's not in the lineup.
Yeah, especially Cam.
They're at home. Favored by 2.5. But I like Atlanta. I'll take Atlanta. I got.
Okay, I was about to say if you take Carolina, I'll take that bet.
Oh, what?
No.
Clean sweep here on Sports Daddy TV. Clean sweep. All of us got Atlanta and Matt Ryan.
No. But all right.
You have Carolina?
No. Heck no. I ain't got Carolina.
I got Atlanta.
I got Atlanta. I got Hot Atlanta.
Okay.
Hot Atlanta. But so real quick, Steven wants to know about this right here. Like I said it before. Defense, Cowboys defense against, I don't think I like Washington in this game. And he also wants to know if Kellen Moore has something special hidden for Cowboys offense in the playoffs, maybe.
Kellen Moore always has something up his sleeve. See, us dudes from Boise State, we always got something up our sleeve, bro.
However, does the loss of Logan Thomas help the Cowboys in any ways? Because I know he hasn't really played that much. I mean, he came back for that week, right? He came back 1 week, got hurt, fortunately, out for the year, so they used him. But I mean, something about
update. Logan Thomas actually has been reported by Adam Schefter. He did not tear his ACL, but it does look like there is an unfortunate knee injury, and due to the rule in the NFL, he's been put on IR a second time, but it wasn't technically an IR for the rest of the season. But since he's been on IR twice, he's now has to be out for the rest of the season. So his season is done, but it is not a torn ACL.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. Something's up with quarterbacks in Washington, though, because is there something special with that? Last year, Alex Smith. This year, Tyler. I think they found their quarterback. Now, if I'm mistaken, I think they don't go away from this guy. I think that they stay with him for another full year.
Mm-hmm.
Not Fitzpatrick. I think Fitzpatrick maybe goes another journeyman somewhere else.
Update. Ryan Fitzmagic is going to undergo surgery at the end of this week. His season is over also.
So there you go. But so I just think though that this is their guy. I think Washington has finally found their guy. Stay with this guy at least for another year. At least for another. If they win this division and they win a playoff game, I think whoever wins this game between Washington and Dallas wins this division.
Who picked Washington before the season?
You did.
Who still has faith in them?
I have faith in them.
I have faith in them, even though I love Dak Prescott. But I keep telling you, I want to see Dak Prescott in Washington.
Dak Prescott did not face Washington last season. So I know that. I true that. So I'm worried about Dallas' run game. They ain't got one.
Who's the running back again?
Pollard.
Oh, Pollard. Pollard, that guy. Yeah, Pollard.
He's
good.
But Gibson has come along a lot.
A long way.
Who has him on their fantasy?
So I like them. I like
Gibson too.
So, but there you go, Steven. Good luck with your Cowboys. I just don't like. I mean, if I'm looking at it right now, I'm gonna look Cowboys. If I'm looking right now, they're favored by 4, which is a lot. I'll take Washington. I'll give you the 4 points, Steve. All right.
Washington by 4.
So let's segue. College football's here. Final 4 teams.
Do I have games here?
Final 4 teams. Alabama 1, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, Cincinnati 4. Did the committee get it right?
Yes.
Did the committee get this 4 right?
Yes.
In this particular order?
Yes.
Because I honestly thought Cincinnati was not going to make it. I thought somehow, some way they were going to be out. However, I think I would have did Michigan 1, Alabama 2, Cincinnati 3, and I would put Georgia 4. Okay, I think I would have flopped this a little bit better. But I'm also because and then I also play a matchup because Cotton Bowl, Cincy versus Bama, December 31st. Georgia versus Michigan in the Orange Bowl. I do not disagree with these 4 teams. I would be really upset if a Oregon or a Utah or somebody there gotten there without Cincinnati was at home because I believe if you're undefeated, no matter what conference you play in, as far as one of these, I don't care if it's not a power conference. You should be deserved to get in this tournament.
Oh, that's a great rule.
Okay.
I mean, if you win and go undefeated, you get to play your playoff game at home.
And you get to be in this tournament.
Oh, that's a great rule.
Okay, you should be in this tournament no matter what. So, I mean I don't know. If I had to look right now, I'm thinking it's going to be as much as I like Michigan, I think it's going to be a rematch of the SEC championship game. Okay, I think it's going to be Bama versus Georgia, a rematch of what we just saw, and hopefully we just see a better game than what we saw. I think old boy from Alabama has it locked for the Heisman. It's locked up.
Bryce Young.
So other than that, what games do you guys? Yes, Steven, UCLA is in the bowl, and I'll get to that in a minute. All right.
Actually, it's funny. I did go down the list, but I forgot who they're playing.
They're playing NC State, and I'll get you there. I'll get that in a minute. So okay. I asked this question: what college bowl games is a must watch? Not the teams that are in it, but the actual bowl game that you watch. No matter what, it's like, what bowl game do you look forward to every year? No matter What team is in it?
Oh
Rose
well,
Bowl.
mine. Oh, go ahead, big boy.
Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl. That's the one I look forward to every year, all year. No offense, but I don't have as many years watching football as y'all do to like life being born and whatnot. But when I was watching football, one of the biggest games that got to me was 2011, my senior year in high school. When I saw Wisconsin and TCU go at it. What? And I'm talking about TCU with Andy Dalton on it. That was a gamey game for me to watch. I loved it. Andy Dalton came and just took it from right under Wisconsin. I mean, TCU was ranked higher that year, but that was a game I would love to watch 1,000 times over. I wish I could record it and saved it. And then just a few years later, I got to watch Stanford and Michigan State go at it. That was also another gamey game, certified in. To me, the Rose Bowl has always had matchups that I love to watch, games that I love to watch. They have it going on every year, ever since way back when, before I even know. Because I'm pretty sure it's like one of the oldest, if not the oldest ball game ever. So that's it for me. Rose Bowl overall.
Yep. I'll go. I gotta agree with you. Rose Bowl. I worked the Rose Bowl. One of my greatest moments is being security for Joe Paterno in the press box, working the UCLA games at the press box, up and down the elevator with all the coaches from Norm Chow to USC coaches to I'm a big Pac-12 or Pac-10 back then guy. I also seen Ron Dane run up and down the field against UCLA in the Rose Bowl for Wisconsin. Um, I'm actually looking forward to Ohio State versus Utah because Utah is the way what they did to Oregon and what Ohio State plays. I'm a Big Ten, Pac-12. Love this rivalry when it comes to the Rose Bowl. Um, um, that's the game. That's the Rose. I always look forward to the Rose Bowl. Now, the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to call out a college here. I'm going to call out UCLA. You're playing in San Diego against NC State Holiday Bowl. UCLA fans drive down the 5 freeway and pack that stadium with blue and gold. They do not travel well in bowl games. You have no choice this time. It's pretty much in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I know gas probably is like $7 a gallon in California right now. But 5. Drive down. Take the Metrolink. Take the train down to San Diego. Fill this team. When I watch this game way out here east, I don't want to see a bunch of red. I don't want to see Wolfpack Stadium. Bring the Den to San Diego. You need to fill that stadium up. I know you don't. You didn't do it when you played Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl, but I get it. You were hoping to be in the national championship game that year. We lost to Miami. Had a makeup. Then Edwin James decided to run like he owes us money in a bad, sloppy, rainy field in Miami a few years ago. But drive down, fill this stadium. 2 wallets. What bowl game you looking at? I know you have a lot of bowl games. So what's your must-watch bowl game?
He's about to go in.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody who knows me knows my dream is to live in Idaho. Okay. I am a huge Boise State fan.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I one day, and I want to say within the next 500 days, I'm going to go see my favorite team next season, hopefully on a Saturday. I want to go to Albertson Stadium. I want to see Boise State play. Why do I bring that up? Because I gotta watch the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. I don't even care who's playing. Yeah, I do. It's Kent State versus Wyoming, and Wyoming needs this win. So that way they can get their next Josh Allen. For those of you guys who didn't know, that's where Josh Allen went. The LA Bowl, Oregon State versus Utah State. Utah State needs that badly. For me, though, the game I'm going to be looking at probably the most, even more than Cincy. Okay, Cincy cannot get blown out, because if Cincy gets blown out, they'll find a way to hold off expanding the playoff. If Cincinnati can stay in there with Bama, then they'll find a way to extend it under circumstances. Oh, well, maybe these teams aren't that bad. And then some dumb smart person will finally be able to develop a sixth super conference led by Cincinnati going to the Big 12. You missed that, right? Yeah. Cincinnati's going to the Big 12. Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC at the end of this season, which is why Lincoln Riley, my man, went to USC. Gotta love it. So, who am I looking forward to the most? This might shock you. One of those teams that are going to need to rebound due to the shakeup, Kansas State is capable. Why is that important? Kansas State in the bowl game, they're playing LSU. They need to beat LSU, and they need to do it with authority. They need to bring credibility to a conference that's about to lose a lot of it. And if Oklahoma State leaves as well, the Big 12 is going to be the Big East in 3 years. Gone. So that's my number one bowl. Kansas State, LSU, and it's in the Texas Bowl. And I actually forgot what date that was. And then, of course, I'm going to watch my Boise State. Central Michigan needs to stay more than Boise State. Boise State needs to win to stay relevant, as we soon will segue to the Pac-12. Because that's where Boise State belongs.
All right. Well, folks, next week, join us next week. Next week, we are doing our last show of the year. We're going to take a 2-week holiday break, come back first, we have first Wednesday of the new year, January. We'll be back, but we will be back one more week. So to mark your calendars, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, next week, December 15th, will be the last show for 2021, and we'll be back after that on January 5th. And we should be able to know who's in the bowl game, who's in the championship games, and preview that and preview whatever, a couple other things, what's going on. Maybe we'll get a little more of a playoff picture as far as the football season goes, find out what's going on. But I appreciate you guys watching. I will get with these guys and see what happens. So, what are we looking forward to this next week? Anything you're looking forward to? Anywhere you guys are going? Oh, and then another real quick. I got a question you guys ask you. Any one of you guys ever gonna do this like I did? Are any one of y'all gonna get inked? Any one of you guys gonna get inked? If you can really see.
Wait,
You mean Titan inked? I don't know. Big boy, you gonna get giant inked?
Are you gonna get giant inked? Would you ever get a team that you root for tattooed on you?
I don't know. I don't think so right now. I don't have any tattoos right now. Just not big.
Hey, I'm a tattoo virgin too.
Hey,
There we go.
Tattoo virgins, all right. We
I got like
live,
my
man.
giant stuff laying around.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean, okay, look. The Titan logo is pretty cool. That'd be pretty nice to get tattooed on it. The giant NY. I would figure you get a Yankee tattoo. If I had to go with any sport, I would think that the Titans would be for two wallets. And I would
Yeah.
think the Yankees. Big boy, you get a Yankee tattoo before you get a giant tattoo.
If I get a
If you would
sports
get it.
tattoo, I'll probably get a way to get all of my New York teams together in one giant tattoo.
Really? That'd be a big one.
If I'll do it, I'll do it like that. There's no need to leave out any of my New York teams. You feel me?
No, yeah, I would just figured if I had to put one team, just like one team on it, you would somehow you would get a Yankee tattoo more than a Giant or Rangers tattoo. I think Joey gonna get a New York Guardians tattoo.
Man, I don't know, man. You know, I mean, my whole fam is from New York, you know, so I'm feeling the New York
Okay,
vibe,
right
you
there
know.
in the forehead.
Like, my whole fam is from New Rochelle, bro, from New Rochelle. So, hey.
All right. So
I do
all
have
right.
a question before you wrap up, and it's something I've been thinking on for a couple of weeks. So there's hard questions and there's difficult questions. This is both. We grew up loving teams. We have fallen in love with teams, fallen in love with sports. We all know pretty much the Dallas Cowboys is the richest franchise, and I think Yankees are number two in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose one team as your A team. Like we know, Big Chief, you're a Chiefs fan. We know you love your Kings. We know you love your Clippers. No matter the sport, who's that top team? That one top team that you would root above all else? Now, me personally, I've had because I mean, the very first team I rooted for in any sports was the Golden State Warriors because I fell in love with Timmy Hardaway. For those of you guys who watch basketball, so if you're stating your answer, I mean, daggone, Big Chief, you have to. It's a difficult question, no matter the sport.
Nope.
Who is your team? Who's that one team that gets you jacked when you see them win or lose, regardless?
That. Well, can I do this? There's a tie.
You can't. That's why I said you got to have that one team, no matter the sport.
No matter the sport, I gotta go this team. Then. I gotta go Chiefs because I think as much as I'm a big diehard Dodger fan, I mean that's probably my next tattoo is the Dodger logo. The Chief when they won the Super Bowl, it was one of the other than getting married, and my kids being born. You know, cliche answers, right? Cliche answers. It was probably one of the happiest times of my life. Was finally seeing that team not only play the Super Bowl but then win it. I mean, I was born in '81, so I grew up Dodgers. I've seen the Dodgers win the World Series in '88. I watched that tape when I was a kid to the the tape of the film. I can't even play it anymore.
VHS.
VHS back in the day. So, but when the Chiefs beat the Niners that year and they got the Super Bowl and this guy won, Joey, 2 hours, you've known me for years.
I
And
saw
how
the video.
crushing defeat that I used to have year after year. D Ford offside, the Steelers beating us, the Titans beating us, Mariota catching the ball and throwing it and catching it at the same time.
Yeah.
To finally win this, I would have to say that's probably why I got what I got here on my arm. Because this is the first one I got. This is the one I always wanted. I want the LA one too, but this was the one that I always wanted. So this would probably be my heart and soul team. Be Kansas City Chiefs.
Big boy.
I would have to go with the Yankees I knew baseball before I knew football. I went to Yankee Stadium. I still have yet to get to my first Giants game. If I had to get one, if I had really had to choose, it would be my Yankees all day, every day. If I had to choose, but I still love all my New York teams. Don't get it misconstrued. But if I had it, Yankees all day.
What about you, Two Wallets? What you got? The Two Wallets, two teams.
That's the thing. I grew up loving
Nah,
Tim Hardaway.
you gotta give me an answer.
No, I'm gonna give you an answer, but I mean, basketball was my first love. I'll never forget seeing Killer Crossover. I'll never forget the first time I saw it. To this day. And when he and Pat Ryder ended up in Miami, I will never. You know what my favorite memory is also my favorite. I like to call it, excuse the language, but my favorite pissed off memory. I was watching my Miami Heat, and this was right before the Ray Allen Bosch play. My wife thought it was funny when LeBron James, before he took the shot, she turned off the TV as a joke. Yeah. To this day, when it comes to basketball, my wife is not allowed to watch TV with me.
Did you do this?
Ah! Yeah. I will never forget turning it back on, seeing Bosch throw it to the corner and seeing Ray hit that three. That win with D Wade and LeBron and Ray Allen and the crew was more emotional for me than watching my Titans lose by 3 feet. That was the first time I cried, was when Tennessee lost by 3 feet.
So you're Miami then?
I think I'd have to go Miami above all.
That's funny. We all have different teams. That's funny. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm a football, baseball. And you would think I had a baseball guy, right? And you'd be the football guy, but no.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I'm everything football. Like I grew up, but if I had to pick,
yeah. So, all right. So, anything happening for this week? I mean, as far as till next week, you got anything looking forward to? Anything looking forward to games wise? Going anywhere?
I'm looking to see who my New York Liberty hire as the new head coach. We just fired our one. He was only there 2 years, so I'm really curious to see who we're looking for. Are we going to go younger? Are we going to go male? Are we going to go female? I really don't know at this point. I don't know any speculations or anything. Maybe I need to call my correspondent and see what he can get on us.
All right, big boy, are you looking forward to anything?
And this week in particular, no. I'm actually waiting for the 26th because I'm trying to go to my first hockey game. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now, is trying to get in there, see some hockey, learn some hockey, and love the experience.
All right. Well, I got two things I'm looking forward. Two things I'm looking forward to. One is Saturday. The MLS Championship is on. Portland Portland versus the New York City Football Club. So for the finals, and
I thought they were the Red Bull.
No, there's two. They have a New York Red Bull and they have a New York City Football Club. They actually have two.
I didn't know.
But I'm also looking forward to I am going to the game on December 14th when the Kings play the Lions. I mean the Tampa Bay Lightning.
The Lightning.
The Kings play the Lightning. I'm going on December 14th with my mother. We're going to the King game. I got the King shirt on, not the Lightning shirt. I'm like, look, I'm wearing my King shirt. If Christmas was coming up, hopefully I would have had my Kings hat because as much as
Those
I like the
jerseys are
Lightning too,
expensive.
no, I got a T-shirt. I ain't buying no jersey. I ain't got that.
Man, them jerseys are expensive, bro.
Oh, I ain't buying that
What's it
jersey.
running?
That's $300 jerseys. No, I'm not buying jerseys.
Come on.
I got the King shirt ready. It's in the mail on its way. I'm looking forward to going to that game. I was able to get tickets off my Bailing Sports guys. Thank you, Jeff Snyder, for hooking me up with the tickets. Like I said, looking forward to going to that game. I will let you guys know next Wednesday when we come on how this game went, how fun it was. I really blast. This time I will be wearing my LA Kings gear. I can't wait to go to the hockey. I'm hoping the Kings kind of will maybe we'll turn it around too because they haven't been playing too good of a hockey team. They are really, really struggling the last few games. If I'm looking at it, they beat the Edmonton Oilers. They're 10-9-4. They beat the Oilers 5-1 this past couple of days ago. If I'm looking at it on Monday, on Sunday, but they lost 4-0 to the Canucks, and they play tomorrow night against the Stars at home.
Hate the Stars.
At home against the Wild, and then they come, I guess, next Tuesday in Tampa. The Lightning. I will be at that game. Yours truly will be there. So, other than that, guys, you guys will have a great day tonight. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everybody that's chimed in with all your questions. This is another great show. Come back for the last show of 2021.
Update. Colorado Avalanche, we got your New York Rangers, sir.
Ooh.
It was 7-3. That's a football score.
The luck.
Well, it's a lot of scoring in hockey.
Yeah.
Absolute cheese.
And also, Bailing Sports, thank you for dropping the tickets to Big Chief. Big Chief, when you see them, drop them some of our sticker merch.
Already did. They already got it. They have them all.
All right.
Like I said, they got the sticker merch already. So, but that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate you guys. Look at all you guys' questions, all you guys' answers. If I didn't get to your question or any other question, don't worry. I'll try my best to get to some more next week. Come back next week, though. Come back. The last show of 2021. We will have some stuff, maybe some surprises. If I can get a couple more guests on, maybe we'll have a couple more guests. We'll have a field day. Have a lot more people on the Coast of Bros. Not necessarily a bro. It don't have to be a bro. Anybody, it doesn't have to be a bro. It could be a sis. It could take a sis. Anybody out there? Any Steeler fan out there that wants to be on the show next week? Just let us know. Also, control room. I'm waiting for my invitation.
Yes, we're waiting, man.
Romero, I see you on here. Go Kings, go. Where's my invitation?
We gotta talk about your Lakers, bro. Come on, man.
We'll do a whole entire thing about basketball. Let us know.
Oh, and also I would like to thank you to the organization in Altadena. I got invited to the Winter Classic golfing for the last one of this year. I will be attending. I just want to say thank you again, Mike Towns. Appreciate it. Jason, hopefully see you there. Big Kerm, I will see you there. Thank you, partners.
All right. So, like I said, as Romero says, anytime, we're not scared. Come on down.
Next Wednesday, bro. Next Wednesday.
Let's do this next Wednesday. Let's have a big show to end this year. Big show. We can do it. Hour and a half special. I'll do an hour and a half. We will start it. I get people, we will start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Anytime starts next Wednesday, bro. Anytime starts next Wednesday.
8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Shoot them the link.
I will shoot you guys all the links. Come on down. We will talk sports. Have a fun show. for the last show of 2021.
Man, I'm gonna try to get LeVar Arrington on, man. I want to get somebody on here, man. Come on, let's go.
So, we will do an hour and a half show, hour and a half special show for the end of 2021. I will say it right now, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, 1 hour and a half show. I'm calling it right now. Nigga,
man, I'll make it happen. Do what I can, man. Let's go.
I will make it happen. I will send you guys the links. Look for it on Messenger. I will send it to you guys. So
let's go.
For us, for the Coastal Bros, we will talk to you later. Have a great week. Enjoy the games. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.